Please be seated. We will swap.
Vikao vya kusikizwa kwa kesi dhidi ya naibu wa rais na mwanahabari Joshua Sang viliporejelewa.
Je déclare solennellement que je dirai la vérité, toute la vérité, rien que la vérité.
Profesa Herve Mopo ambaye ameandika majarida kadhaa kuhusu kundi haramu la Mungiki na ghasia za baada ya uchaguzi nchini Kenya. Ni raia wa Ufaransa na japo aliondoka nchini ghasia za baada ya uchaguzi wa mwaka 2007 zilipoanza, aliandika kuhusu matukio katika eneo la Molo wakati huo. Hajazuru maeneo ya Eldoret au Nandi.
It seems more probable than not to us that Mr. Mopo has strengths in certain fields, which I suspect he will probably frankly admit he lacks in other fields, dealing with this extremely wide area of expertise that he's being invited to display.
The prosecution is presenting this witness as an expert in matters of social and political background information regarding Kenya, part of the post-election violence and during the time relevant to the charges. Just that.
Mopo akitoa ushahidi wake wakati ambapo bado Bensuda na mawakili wake wanasisitiza kuwa mashahidi 7 waliokataa kufika mahakamani washurutishwa kufanya hivyo. Wakili Steinberg akisema kuwa 3 waliokanusha taarifa yao ya awali.
The prosecution has evidence in the case of each of these 7 witnesses of intimidation, bribery or other improper influence, which has in the prosecution submission been the proximate cause of their ceasing to cooperate with the office of the prosecutor.
Wanne bado hawajaonyesha kubadili msimamo.
We cannot simply assume they will maintain this position if their attendance may be secured. It may well be that in the solemn atmosphere of this courtroom, removed from any undue influence and under peril of prosecution for perjury, they may well decide to tell what we say is the truth.
Na hata wanne hao wakiamua kufuata mkondo huo na kukanusha taarifa ya awali,
their evidence will assist this chamber one way or another to resolve what is becoming a central issue in this case, namely whether, as the defense alleges, several important prosecution witnesses are part of a deliberate and concerted scheme to cook evidence against the accused, or on the contrary, whether there exists a deliberate and concerted scheme to intimidate or corrupt prosecution witnesses to recant or otherwise withdraw their testimony.
Haya ni huku uhalali wa kuwalazimisha mashahidi wafike mahakamani ukijadiliwa.
Your Honours do not have the power to bring that witness by force to this seat. You do not have the power. There's no statutory article, there's no penalty, there's no power of arrest. Even on these inviolable premises, with an ICC security, if such a witness was strong-armed, that would be an assault, or it would be false arrest.
In Kenya, a court sitting in a theft case can compel the witness to attend the criminal case involving common theft. But from your argument, it would seem that that court may not be able to, if I'm wrong, correct me, compel a witness to appear in a genocide trial.
If the trial were being conducted in Kenya and by a Kenyan court under the Criminal Procedure Code, with a few exceptions, it is possible for the witness to be compelled. And even that law itself is not absolute. It's not like every witness is compellable. Mr. President, we insist that there is a distinction between the International Criminal Court conducting proceedings under the Rome Statute and under the ICA as domesticating the ICC, the Rome Statute in Kenya. There's a distinction on one part from that as opposed to a Kenyan court conducting proceedings under the Criminal Procedure Code.
There would be no logical reasoning in law if it were possible to compel a witness in respect of a very light offenses and not be able to compel in respect of offenses which, as they say, shock the conscience of man.
Justice Mwango, principal judge of the High Court of Kenya at Nairobi, made a decision in a case called Barasa, which has a certain level of notoriety. In paragraph 56, and this is to be found at tab 3 of the materials we gave to you on Friday. In paragraph 56, Justice Mwango described the ICA as giving those parts of the Rome Statute that had imported into the laws of Kenya legal teeth in the jurisdiction of Kenya.
Khan akisema haitakuwa mara ya kwanza kwa maagizo ya ICC kupuuzwa na mataifa mengine, akitaja kesi dhidi ya Charles Taylor ambapo Uingereza ilipuuza agizo dhidi ya Naomi Campbell na mahakama ya ICC ilikiri kuwa mashahidi hawawezi kushurutishwa katika kesi dhidi ya Rais Kenyatta. Faiza Maganga, Citizen Nipashe.